So one of the things I really wanted to talk about is my collection. Alright, now it's not the craziest collection, but it's a start. Like, I just started collecting games. I also started collecting movies and CDs. So I'm going to be showing all that. Well, not all of it, but I'm going to be showing some of the intricacies. Some of them are unique in some kind of way. And I just want to show what I have right now, so that way later I can look back and reflect and see my progression. Alright, now I have more PS2 games than I have like anything else. I have a couple Wii games, a couple GameCube games, and then that's down there is movies and stuff like that. Now I have some PS4 games up here. Most of my PS4 games are downloaded, so these are just the only ones I actually have on a disc. Now down here I have a Sega Genesis. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but there's like a couple games for that, and I'm going to be showing it all off in today's video. Okay, now I think we should start with this right here. I grew up with this, actually. This was probably one of the first games I ever played. Now, it's not just one game, it's like a collection of games. So down here I have Pac-Man World Rally. It's like a racing Pac-Man game. Not a lot of people know about this one, but this one's really cool. But this is the first one I ever played. I know there's a Pac-Man World game on PlayStation 1. Never played it. It looks cool though. And Pac-Man World 3, which a lot of people hate, I think it's okay. It's not as good as Pac-Man World 2, but I still think it's a pretty good entry in the series. I wish they made more Pac-Man games like this. They don't do it like they used to. You know, like they don't. How do I say it? They just don't make Pac-Man platformers. They did for a little bit, but it was based off that shitty TV show on Disney. A lot of games I have are ones that I grew up with, but a couple that I really want to show you are these games right here. Nobody talks about these GTA games. When everybody talks about GTA, they talk about Vice City, San Andreas, 4, 5, 3... But these two right here, especially Vice City Stories. Vice City Stories is probably the best of the PS2 Grand Theft Autos. It's like a mix of Vice City and San Andreas. It's got Vice City's map with like San Andreas mechanics. It's really good, and everybody sleeps on it. And I would think more people need to give these two games some attention. They also came out on the PSP, but I think the PS2 versions are better. I really like Sonic, as you can see here. I have pretty much any Sonic game on the PS2. There's still some that I'm missing, but I'm going to be getting them all. One thing I really want to get is I want to get Sonic Adventure 1 on GameCube, if you look down here. I have some GameCube games, and some of them being Sonic games. Of course, I have Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes, so I need to get this first Sonic Adventure to kind of complete that trilogy. I also have another copy of Pac-Man World 2. Now this one I want to show off because it is different. It's like bundled with another game here. It's called Pac-Man Versus. Apparently the back says that it is made by Miyamoto, the guy who made Mario. Apparently it's like a versus game where some people are the Ghost and some people are Pac-Man. But I've never played it because you need the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Advance link cable, both things I don't have, so I guess I'll never get to experience one of the games in my collection, which is pretty unfortunate. More games I really want to talk about are the Cars games. Now there's a third one I don't have yet. So these two games they're made by the same people, and the mechanics are basically the same. The first one is better than all of them. Some people say Race-O-Rama might be the better one, but I personally think that the first one was better. I need to get Race-O-Rama, but I haven't found a copy that's not scratched up or covered in shit. A lot of people, like, at the flea market and stuff, they just have, like, the shittiest games. Like, they're all scratched up. I don't know what the hell. So I need to go to, like, an actual retro game store, but there's not a whole lot of good ones around here. This was my very first NASCAR game. It was probably my favorite growing up. It's still my favorite now. I know everybody says 2004 Thunder was a better one, but this one I don't know, I just grew up with this one, so I have a bias. It's not really fair, but whatever. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Alright, so I got a lot of movies. I mean, not a lot of movies, but I got some movies. I have the Spider-Man trilogy here, which I grew up with this right here. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are my favorite. I had the Dark Knight trilogy, also grew up with, had to get it. Luckily, somebody gave me, it's like a special edition. I don't really know, like, what's so special about it. It does come with some cool stuff, so we come over here. Alright, so it comes with like this poster thing. I never took the poster out of the package because I don't know if it's ever going to be worth something. I have no idea. I don't even know if it's like a poster. It's like a card or something. Or maybe like a book. I don't know. I've never opened it and I don't want to open it. But and then it also just comes with the movies, and I like the way it's packaged. It's like it flips like a book. So that's neat. I have Beavis and Butthead, the complete collection. I really liked this one. My friend actually gave it to me. It's all the old episodes. It's not the new ones that recently came out on Paramount Plus. But those ones are very funny. If you haven't seen them, you need to go see them because they are hilarious. Alright, I got a bunch of music. I'll lay it all out for you. So these are the like official CDs I have. Alright, show them. These are all the official CDs I have. I have some Metallica, Dio, Def Leppard. You can tell what kind of music I like. But I have like a bunch of like CDs that I burnt. So these are all like mixes and stuff. I'm not going to go through every single one of them because there's a lot and it's all random stuff. And it might be stuff I'm embarrassed by. I don't know yet. So as for Genesis games, hold on, I'm missing. This is what I got. Now I know some of these are crusty and shitty. I do not know what happened to this. But Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 are all kinds of fucked up. I have Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, so I'm able to do the combined version of that, as well as Sonic Spinball. A lot of Sonic games, as you can tell, I like Sonic. But they're also like the best Genesis games in my opinion. And then they also miss Pac-Man, because how could you go wrong with a classic? I also have some Genesis controllers. I have both kinds, the 3-button and the 6-button, but the 6-button's all kinds of crusty and fucked up. Like the A button is kind of perpetually stuck, and then the wires are all exposed. So it's a real piece of shit, but I still have it just because of the collection. I'll eventually replace it. But, you know, at least I have the 3-button and I can still play games like Sonic. All the games I have, which you already saw, are, you know, the 3-button controller games. Like, I don't have Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or anything, so I don't really need the 6-button controller. So, one more thing I want to talk about is I do have a lot of third-party controllers. For example, my PS2 controller is like a Mad Catz Red controller. It's probably my favorite. I like it better than the actual PS2 controller. PS2 controller sucks in comparison to that. And then, I haven't got any Wii controllers yet. I have these blue rock candy controllers. They're so shitty. And why would they design it like this? Where the buttons are diagonal, it makes it harder to press the buttons. Like now, when I'm playing a game, I have to do it like this. Like, that is super annoying. I do not want to have to deal with that, but nothing I can do about it. I also have nunchuck. Like, this is actual official nunchuck. Got this from a game convention. It was the Southeast Game Exchange. Next time I go, I'm going to record it, so that way I have it on the channel. And then I already showed my PS4 collection, but then I have like Five Nights at Freddy's, Mortal Kombat X, Pinball Game, Transformers Devastation. Now this is the one I really want to talk about. Transformers Devastation is important because this game was delisted and you can't download it anymore. So the fact that I have it on disc is really important. But also what I want to show you is that somehow, and I got this, I want to say, before I show you, I got this at GameStop. So, and this was like a used game at GameStop. Somebody, come here, somebody turned in a Redbox disc and got, like, exchanged it at GameStop, and then I ended up with it. And that's how I have Transformers Devastation, because somebody turned in a Redbox disc to GameStop, and then they resold it to me. So, very funny. These are my favorite kind of TVs, and you can't buy them no more because they're obsolete, and I understand. But I love these TVs. I got both of these TVs out of the dump. This one has a DVD drive, but I bet it doesn't work because this TV is a complete piece of shit. It's got scratches on the screen, and the display does some weird stuff. Whenever I turn the TV off, there's like a weird rainbow effect on it. I already recorded that. I don't know when I'm going to upload that. And then I have this little TV here. Now, I used to have a TV exactly like this at my grandma's house when I was maybe... I don't know. I was growing up, and I did so much on this TV. I watched, like, Cars for the first time on this TV. Like, it wasn't this exact TV, but it was the same model of TV and everything. And it has this VHS slot on it, and I don't know if it works because I don't have any VHS tapes. I'll have to buy one, and then I'll record a video of me seeing if it works. Hopefully it works, or else it won't be a really fun video, now will it? Now, one thing I really love about these old TVs is that they come with an earphone, like, aux outlet right here. And both of these TVs have it. You see them on this TV over here. Where's it at? Right here. So, the fact that that was even an option, you know, that's really cool to me. Like, if you want to just not bother your parents, you can still play your PS2 with your headphones on, or in, whatever you're wearing. And that sounds really cool to me, and I understand why TVs don't have it anymore, because most people have their TV mounted on a wall, or like, most people aren't sitting directly in front of the TV like my blind ass is. But, I mean, you know, I still think it's a cool thing, and it's like, why remove it if you don't really have to, even if it's not that useful, you know, because it's still better having it than not, even if most people aren't going to use it. Alright, so that was pretty much all the coolest things I could think of in my collection. Maybe there might be a couple more things. A lot of people don't talk about Red Dead Revolver, which was like the first Red Dead game. I really liked Shadow the Hedgehog, even though everybody says it sucks. I thought it was a funny game. The first Lego game I ever played was Indiana Jones, and I made sure to get that on the Wii. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of stuff I want to talk about. I kind of showed everything I thought was of note. Anything else I didn't show, I'll probably just make a different video on. So it's not really that important. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you off here. Whenever I add anything to the collection, or when I go to the flea market, I'll probably record it so that way you can see what I got, and what expansions I do to this. Alright, so see ya.
Bye.
And I want to do one final special thanks to my brother Andrew. He was my cameraman today, and he might not have done the greatest job, but he didn't do terrible, so thanks.
Yeah, it's my first day on the job. You can't really blame a 9-year-old kid that's going to turn 10 soon. I would say all these games are wonderful, and maybe you can start your own collection and share the videos to us so we can look at yours. And also, special thanks to my brother and his YouTube channel.